Donda, 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 Donda.
I didn't even listen to that track. Never.
I just played it once through.
Nah, I dead ass just skipped it.
You skipped it?
When I heard Donda like 3 times, I skipped it. Because I saw it was like 28 seconds, and I'm like, oh, I ain't gonna miss no verse.
Okay. Right. No, you didn't think Twista was going to come through with a slow jams verse real quick?
Nah, I was very good on that. I was very good on that.
Okay, so Breaking the Barrier podcast, we're back. Will is here. I am here. My name is Taj, by the way. Will Riles, the married man.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you, man?
Good, man. I can't call it. Like, shit, we here.
Yeah, we are here.
It's September, so.
It is September. Hey, man. Oh, shit.
I can't wait until hoodie season has returned.
Yeah. No, I mean, as we're recording this, it's like raining.
Yep, it's a hurricane, so.
It is a hurricane. Yo, salute to, prayers and concern for New Orleans and Louisiana
and Cali.
I was just thinking about like how much of a privilege it is that we don't have to deal with that, because we've dealt with that with like what was it, Sandy, right? Sandy was
Superstorm Sandy.
Yeah, and that was bad, and that was only like a category 1, I think, right? That was like the
it wasn't even a hurricane. They didn't classify it as a hurricane. It's now classified as a superstorm.
Right. And like, we were not built for that.
Nigga, I was out of power for 8 days.
Really?
Don't disrespect. Like, yeah.
Wow.
8 days.
Damn. That's crazy.
So,
well,
you know
so
what I'm saying?
I remember, all right, the closest, all right, so, well, that's your experience. But, like, the only thing I could think of where, like, there was, like, a noticeable power outage was 2003, the blackout. Remember that?
Oh, remember the summertime?
Yeah. And that was like a day. It was a day.
Yeah. And I think me and Dennis chilled, I think, like the day of, and this chick on his block was giving out ice cream because her fucking freezer was like shot. So,
damn.
Some old ass ladies that live next door was just like giving out ice cream. So
that's such a nice, cool, like wholesome, like hood story. Like just giving out ice cream in the hood. That's great.
Dennis Block, Cater Ave, gang.
Cater, oh man, good times. That blackout, because I feel like that was our what age were we then? Like
12.
Yeah, just about. So we're just like hanging out with friends, and it was the summertime, so like I don't remember it being this tumultuous or.
That's because as a child you don't care.
We don't
like the storm of '96. I vividly remember it being hella snow outside. But it was like 24 inches of snow in Jersey City. And I'm like...
Oh, shit. Yeah, right.
I was 5 years old. I don't give a shit. Like, yeah, it's lit. But then, what was it, 2018 or 2017 or some shit?
Yeah.
When we had like 18 inches of snow? Or it was like 2019.
Oh, you really felt it, though. Because
I'm like, an adult and I got to drive in it. Yeah. I got to shovel it. Like, please.
Yeah, no, please. Definitely changes.
You definitely start to feel everything the older you get, whether it be your bones
aching, general aches,
or storms or natural disasters. Oh, I did not mention this, and this is our podcast. We get as hell. Well, at least I am. So my wife's gonna be printing some things, so you might hear a printer in the background. So that's what I get for recording in the office.
Printing. What printing? What is she, a teacher?
Right. So hey, week one is
I know.
Crazy.
No, for real.
So
salute to all the teachers, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to them. So and the staff support at the school, the administration,
everybody,
the guards, the hall monitors, the lunch aides, all of y'all.
Are there remember like hall monitors were like, student run things before, right? Not anymore.
First of all, I ain't never go to no school where a student in my school could like monitor a hall. but on the TV shows, they showed me the white people did that. like
That's
in the
okay.
burbs.
Yes. Right. Like
So somebody, whoever in the burbs, if you could leave a comment um under a review and let us know if y'all still do that.
is like in Recess, Randall was the hall monitor, right? Remember Recess?
Yeah,
Okay, and
yeah.
he was like a piece of crap. He was a terrible person. Yeah, exactly. Um,
Snitches get stitches.
Great show. I love that show. And salute to the like teachers who like basically they're putting their lives on the line. It's this shit is
Yo,
crazy.
we all are. If I could get on my soapbox for a little minute.
Oh, let's do it.
Working at a college campus, nigga. Yo,
Okay, so
it is crazy.
all right, yeah, yeah. No, we could talk about that. Like, Will is for people who are new listeners, people who don't yet know. Will works at a university, right, in Jersey City. What is that like? I mean, today was like the first day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yo, for a second, I look up and it looked like sc- back to normal. Like people walking through halls. Like we literally had to run up on people and enforce the mask mandate because people were just like, fuck it. Like it was like it was surreal. To kind of I was kind of happy to see people back, but then I'm like, hold up,
Yeah.
y'all niggas wild. Like
Hmm.
y'all don't care. So now I'm like, y'all go back home now.
Wow. Now wait a second. So, because you were working already during the pandemic, but
Hmm.
this is I feel like a bit different. This is a different animal
Absolutely.
because, and why? Why is it a different animal?
It's different because like the campus wasn't populated at all. So like if you weren't staff or administration, like you were not allowed there. There was no reason for you to be there.
Hmm.
This is the first time we have dorm students back, commuter students,
Hmm.
everybody, like adjuncts who's like this their first time teaching at a college. Like it's crazy. And the amount of foot traffic that you get in buildings is almost you can't contain it. Like so the requirement is that you be vaccinated or if not you have to take weekly you have to bring weekly negative tests, right? So
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if I can disclose that yet. So hypothetically, what happens when
Okay.
what happens when someone tests positive at the testing site on campus?
Oh,
What
because wait.
happens?
So the tests are administered there, like on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, on campus.
All right.
So hypothetically, my question is, what happens when someone tests positive at the testing site?
Right.
What's protocol? Do we continue to test people, or do we shut shit down at the site and try to clean stuff up, or try to figure out like there's
Yeah.
no way to figure out where the COVID is, and if it's in this space now.
Okay.
So you're just winging it. There's a ton of employees that are just like, I ain't getting a negative test. Like I'm not getting tested, and I'm not getting vaccinated, so I won't be at work today.
Employees.
Hmm.
Wait. So it won't be at work today. I mean, you got to
Because the
eventually be at
mandate
work.
is that you can't come back until you test for negative. So some of them are like, I got sick time.
Okay. Wow. And again, that's within their right. All right. Like, because you've been allotted those like sick times, right? Those sick days.
Like my whole thing is like October 18th come, and the state is like, okay, if you're not vaccinated, you're out of here.
Mm-hmm. It's about to be crazy.
At least my campus, they offer any vaccine you want. So you don't even have an excuse to like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't offer the one that FDA approved.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Shit.
They absolutely do. So
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, it's that's why like I'm glad you kind of corrected me on that, or just like kind of revised what I was saying. Salute to the teachers. Salute to like all workers, like
personnel and
in
just
yeah,
people
on
who
school
have
campus grounds, and just like on site. It's a lot. And then for the teachers, not in universities, they're dealing with kids who cannot. Some of them cannot get vaccinated yet, right?
that's what my wife's dealing with. Like the little kids can't get
That's
vaccinated,
tough.
so you're kind of just like, and the parents have to pick them up, and then like there's no requirement on the parents to be vaccinated, so you're kind of just like dealing with just.
But is the mask implemented? Mask mandate?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So here's my thing though. Like I feel like all of this is just pacifying the bigger issue of like COVID ain't going nowhere.
Of what?
Like of COVID it ain't going nowhere.
Oh, yes.
Like it's not. I was gonna say isn't and correct my grammar, but nah, it ain't going nowhere.
We need
like, this is like
we need the emphasis.
It ain't going nowhere. And I think I don't want to be that guy, but like we opened up too quick.
I don't want to be that guy. I'll be the guy. We opened up too quickly. Let's put it out on the table. All right.
I'm grateful that I got to have my wedding, but at the point of like this, like now, I'm just like, maybe, maybe we should have just chilled because like now there's just people who literally are just like, no, I refuse, and they have every right to.
Because we're now because we've already weeded out like the people who are on the fence. Now we're at that point. All right, who's left?
So now
who's
with the
just,
mandate
be,
of like
saying no,
the semi-mandate of the vaccine has now shown you who's literally just like
never was gonna happen.
Never,
just no.
Right.
Like
so
like
here's how and
quick,
I think that
it's like when Hillary, right? When I think I'm blanking on her name. That's because they had two
Ashley?
people. No, they had two people
On
cast.
Viv?
Yeah, on Viv and Phil, Uncle Phil. When they would like ask the kids for like a favor or something, they'd be like coming up with excuses, right? And then it would get to Hillary, and then Hillary would just be like, "I just don't want to. I just don't want to do it." Like that's we've reached that set of people who were just like, I was never gonna do it. Yeah.
So here and the way that my job is catching people is that if you get vaccinated, you're registered with the state. So I can look up, like, as a state institution, they probably have access to health records of, like, who got vaccinated, right?
Okay.
Because I know a lot of people that I work with, they were like, yo, I never submitted a vaccination card, but my assumption is they could look it up on the, like, whatever database. The state does what they want. So I'm assuming that, like, as state workers, if you were not vaccinated, the state informed your employer.
Oh, shit.
And now you have to, like, because a lot of people at my job, at least, who didn't get vaccinated, they have letters that are like, yo, so you need to bring a negative test in every week. And they never had a chance to say whether they were vaccinated or not. Because I never told them I was, but I didn't receive a letter. And then I did eventually upload my card, but I think they can look in the state database and see who's been vaccinated.
Okay. And you bringing that up, is there an issue with that or what? What are you, or are you just saying like, that's just, these are the facts?
Well, one, it's fact. And two, the fact that like, because I know New York, I think, is firing teachers who haven't been vaccinated on October 18th.
So, okay, what's in place is you have until October 18
to get vaccinated.
And I think you have to just get vaccinated. Jersey is like that.
Jersey's doing you got to do negative testing.
Or the negative testing regularly. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So my point bringing that up was that there's no room for you to lie about the vaccination, at least being a state worker.
Oh, you mean like it's just straight up transparency at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I'll just say my perspective on it is this is a global health crisis. People are dying. We need transparency.
People are dead already. Like,
people are dying.
There's a large number of people dead already.
People are dead. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and for people to already not, like, when people kind of sidestep that, that's a total, like, spit on the graves. It is. I mean, that's just because you're totally ignoring it. And you're not going to feel that way if it happens to someone that you are close to. That's just not even.
Or you.
Well, yeah, you can't because you're dead. You're dead.
Right, like.
You can't feel when you're dead. Or maybe you can't. I don't know. So.
Well, we don't know.
Right.
I ain't trying to find out either.
Bless us all.
We good.
Bless us all. But all right. So yeah, but I mean, like I like this sort of conversation because like this is what we're dealing with now, and shit is about to get real. Like with all these sorts of like.
And now, so here's the thing. Just like last year, shit is mad nice and cute when the sun is out. Niggas can go outside and be spaced out and have a great time and just But when it's cold and all y'all can't be like yes,
we're
y'all
like,
can't be
nah.
in confined spaces.
Yeah.
Oh, it's over. Like confined spaces, it's over with.
Yeah, I mean that was
Because
when it comes wintertime, like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think somebody, I forgot who. There's one company that's like, nah, we're requiring vaccinations, or you're done up. Like you're not working here ever again.
I mean, there's a few, but you're thinking of something in particular.
Damn, there's a. Who cares? But shout out to y'all.
They exist. They exist.
Right, people not playing. So.
But all right, let's go back to your point though, because you said that you don't want to be that guy, but you feel that we may have opened up too early, right? So okay, and then you talked about the wedding. Great time. I loved it. Mm-hmm. But
let's be very clear. At my wedding.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Disclaimer time. Disclaimer time.
Let's be very clear. We followed all the rules of the CDC.
Yes.
And we did not have I didn't have 500 people at my wedding.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
Purposely.
Yeah. It was a nice number, a nice low number. Okay, that being said, regardless, right? Remember how I told you that since that wedding especially, I've been on like a friendly high. You know? Like kicking it with people and stuff. These are good times, and it's like, there is the comfort in knowing that I'm vaccinated. Like I feel more like definitely wasn't like this time last year. I wasn't. Hell no. And especially with all that was going on,
we stopped recording in person in February and didn't see each other in person until December.
Right.
And then
yeah.
we guys, pay attention. We are still on Zoom. Yeah, niggas not playing. I don't think. Listen, at least for me.
Okay.
I stay home. 90% of the time, I am home, and the only time we go out is to shop for stuff, and that's it. Spend money, and we come back home.
Yeah.
We don't really do visits to if it's not close family. I don't remember the last friend's house that I've gone to just to chill out.
Yeah. No, I mean that was what was so great about the wedding was because a lot of us hadn't been like that in a long ass time. So
and I saw there was a little quasi after party that nobody invited the bride and groom to. So
what are you?
No,
what are you doing? But I'll just say this though: all these times I'm kicking it with people and just having a great time and just enjoying company, with family, friends. I still think, part of me is thinking, damn,
which one of you niggas got COVID?
No. I mean that's still a possibility. That's a good point. Yes, a lot of the people I'm hanging out with are all vaccinated, but you can still have COVID, and but I am vaccinated as well. But anyway, but for me, I'm always thinking damn, I just hope everyone here stays healthy. That's still a thought in my head.
That is the thing, bro. So, I don't know if you realize that we didn't really have a lot of elderly people at my wedding.
Oh, that was intentional?
Yeah,
yeah.
The last thing I wanted was for my wedding to kill somebody.
No. That's not serious. Even good. Yo,
it was
good call.
We didn't want to put anybody in jeopardy of catching anything, and because we were so that was part of the stress leading up to it too. It was yo, I don't know if you realized, but in the men's bathroom there was I don't know if you went in there, but we had like this entire basket of like sanitation shit, like lotion, like it was just a ton of like make sure you're clean. And then we even outside we had like a sanitation station. Like that was all shit we had to think about and make sure that we had. You're still like, okay, we got all these people in here. I hope no one's uncomfortable. Like, did someone sneeze? Like, so that's part of like the stress, because I'm not gonna lie, selfishly I'm like, yo, I can't catch COVID before I go to St. Lucia. Like, because if I test positive, this whole trip is fucked.
It's true.
And I didn't want to put her, like, it's just, so, yeah, that's been, COVID's still alive, people.
It is. I mean, and you said that, you know, you feel that things opened up too early. I agree. I 100% agree.
I just feel like we need to go back down to, hear me out. If we do a shutdown, like a 3-week to a month shutdown once a year, I think it would be great, just for one, the environment, and two, for health and well-being of people.
Mental health,
like,
everything.
If everybody just says, yo,
like,
essential
stop.
businesses stay open for a month, but everyone else take a seat. Yeah. And I know a lot of people were going through it mentally, having to be locked up, so to speak. But I do know a lot of people that also needed that time to like figure out who they were themselves. And I don't know, it's a double-edged sword, but like I said, I think everything just needs to take time to stop for a little bit, like every once in a while.
I agree. Yeah, that's so true. Like, I think that, you know, post-COVID, hopefully, I mean, first let's do it during COVID, but post-COVID, that's something that should always be a thing, honestly.
And I think and we got this thing with Afghanistan happening, and then like 20 years since 9/11, like there's so much mentally as a country we got to deal with.
Yeah.
And the attacks on the Asian community still happening. The damn wildfires in California, hurricane season, and you don't know whose state is getting hit next. And then black police brutality is still a thing. Like
anti-lynching bill. Is it a thing yet?
Hello. No. Like, and
it's a lot. It's a lot coming from all angles, bro.
From all angles. So I feel like if everyone just all right,
just stop it. Just everyone
chill.
Stop.
But,
yeah.
And then we can enjoy the new Kanye album without having interruptions.
My take on just like the Biden, like how it was handled, just like trying to open up. I don't agree with it. We don't have to wear a mask, but sometimes you do. That and the messaging from CDC and all that. I didn't like that. It was too early. Jumped the gun. I didn't like it. I didn't. So
Biden dropped the ball there, and I'm gonna go on record.
And CDC, you have to put them together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Both together. And the Afghanistan thing, my man dropped the ball. Like, Biden dropped the ball. I still don't like his remarks and like his response to this shit. Just like, yo, we got to do what we got to do. So like, I mean,
he's total peace out like, mode, yo.
Word, like, and it's like, yo, are you kidding me?
No, it's a lot, especially given the history of everything that's happened and how we just handle international relations in general, like, and
but it's cool.
Take advantage of, you know, resources and people and ideas and things like that, and then, you know, we out.
Y'all got the nerve to shit on Beyonce about a blood diamond, and this nigga's in here, but like, anyway, blood diamond. Shout out to blood diamond. Diamonds are forever. Kanye.
Yeah.
Oh man, so we have to talk about
what do you?
No, we're not gonna. I'm about to go into the Kanye thing really quick because I have a problem with how y'all did K Michelle. I mean, not K Michelle, Chrisette Michelle.
K Michelle.
Hear me out. Now I'm gonna say this before I go into this rant. I am a huge fan of this Donda album. Even the fact that like he gave us one album of songs and then gave us another album with like remixes to every song, but that's fine. So like
he's like, it's like this.
yeah. So But here's my issue. A couple years ago, when Chrisette Michele decided that she was gonna sing at the inauguration of Donald Trump,
Did she?
for yes, she did, for love, for equality,
Okay.
to bring people together because of the tumultuous time that was happening. You know,
Yeah.
after
Okay.
he was elected.
All right. Sounds nice.
Y'all said this chick was anti-black. Who is this bitch? She ain't never have a career. She's canceled. Blah, 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 blah. Fast forward. Kanye West gets in the elevator of Trump Tower with a red MAGA hat on.
Yeah.
Has ran and done tours for Donald J. Trump. And y'all are anticipating his album like it is the second coming of Jesus. Like, y'all canceled Chrisette Michele. Hear me. She was canceled for singing at Donald Trump's inauguration to bring unity. Kanye West wore a MAGA hat and has gone on record to say that Donald Trump is the greatest president of all time. And that slavery was a choice.
Yeah.
And there has never been a cancel Kanye West.
I mean, well, so
I have never seen a cancel Kanye West trend ever.
it's happened. I mean, it's just.
But he wasn't. He wasn't. Chrisette Michele been under a damn groundhog hole since that happened. 2016. Mum's the word. She ain't getting no more rap features. She ain't dropping an album. If she did, we don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The faultiness in this whole cancel culture thing.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't pass enough. Like, the criteria is just, we gonna wing it. Like,
Okay.
there's no actual criteria for canceling people. Kanye's album's great.
Wait, so, all right, no, we could talk about that part of it because I don't, we don't have to dive into the album like track by track. I mean, we'll be here forever.
No.
But we could just, I just want to say this: the build up before he came out with the album, before the album dropped, and apparently it dropped, prematurely. He didn't intend for it to drop on Sunday, whatever.
I don't believe that shit.
Whatever the case, I mean, you kept delaying it anyway. So
you think the Jesus lover, the quote unquote
on
Jesus
Sunday,
lover,
on Sunday
is not gonna drop his album on Sunday?
Yeah, no, it's kind of fits well. But anyway, leading up to it, just seeing the wave of people, y'all were the same ones, because I noticed the faces.
A whole bunch of this you tweets, like
yes, the same. Yes. These are the same people who were so against and done with him, and that's why I say that there was like a cancel sort of tirade or movement, but people who were just so about the bullshit, like, okay, I'm feeling this way just for the sake of being with the crowd, and
they're
then
going
now,
with the wave of shit. Yeah, it's the wave.
It's so stupid. So yeah. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, so what I also don't like about this whole lead up, Kanye, you're bastardizing like the whole. How do I put this without being that guy? This whole Jesus run you're on, right? Yo, you gotta relax. Like, yo.
We've discussed before. We've discussed this before.
Yeah, so here I'm having the biggest issue with it because I'm like, yo, I think you're just whoring out Jesus right now. Like, because quick, since we're gonna go there, right? Bible talks about false prophets coming to teach the word, and not knowing the difference between who's right and okay.
But isn't the central message what matters, the message, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. But ideally, false prophets are going to lead. False prophets are going to come preach the gospel, and then people are going to follow them into damnation, right? That's in the
Okay.
book.
Yeah.
So Kanye, I'm like, okay, everybody, like he has a right to celebrate whatever religion he loves, and like God is his savior. Like, cool, right?
Mhm.
My struggle is when you bring someone like Marilyn Manson out and say, yo, God is like here. It's lit. Like Marilyn Manson is not.
What is
He's
he?
not. But like Marilyn Manson is like anti Jesus.
Right. Yeah, he's an atheist, right?
Yeah. So you, what are you doing? Like, what message are you trying to convey by?
I don't know. I don't know. But
What
what?
I don't like.
Yeah, that's like because what you're saying is like you can't help but kind of think of that like the fact that okay, you kind of attaching your work to Jesus and God and like
And I'm gonna
how
say
does
this,
that
and I
it
think
does
I've
it
said
does
this.
it become bulletproof? You know what I mean?
I said this on the pod before. I believe like to get back in the good graces of the black community, Jesus.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
because no one in there, no one is going to argue Jesus
You can't.
at the end of the day. Like,
It's Jesus.
Right. So he's able to then use Jesus and bounce off these wild ass ideas. And okay, he's dealing with mental issues and things of that nature, but like and I preface this by saying, yo, it's a great album.
Right.
My thing is like so sonically, like it flows. It just one track into the next, and it's a really good like you can really get into it musically.
Okay.
That's where I like it, like
Okay.
musically. Now I haven't really listened to lyrics. Like I haven't really listened to it for like the lyrical aspect of things because I think Kanye's gotten into this bag of just like repeating the same words and like getting like things you can yell in a party. Like,
Yeah.
Like that's the type of bag he's gotten into.
Yeah.
I think there's a track, Jesus Lord.
On this
think
album?
that's-
No way.
Yeah. No, it's just a track. Yeah.
Jesus Lord. Of course.
Jesus Lord. Let me see. The chorus. Now, I think it's Jesus Lord, we need you or something like that.
Okay.
And I get kind of lost because it's like, yo, what are you rapping about?
What are you talking about? Like, what you mean? It doesn't have like much direction. Like, what's the purpose of what you're saying?
Here's my fear. If you're a first time,
If this is like your first time, like you're exposed to like the Jesus. Sort of,
if this your first time exposed to Jesus, Kanye making Jesus cool kind of scares me.
okay.
Because
If anyone can make quote unquote Jesus cool to like,
the masses,
the masses, it's Kanye.
because Chance did it and he got corny nigga like what like what are you doing like what are you doing rapping about Jesus, right? And Kanye making Jesus cool is kind of scary because again, if you weren't exposed to it, Kanye has this ability to make things about him, right?
That's where we are, bro, and that is what's dangerous about like
then, like,
looping in
niggas are like,
Jesus.
I'm going to Sunday service, but won't go to a church down the block from them. Like,
Yeah.
it's like you fly to wherever he is in a stadium that he is at. Like, he is becoming Jesus.
He is becoming
he's becoming
Jesus.
yes.
And okay, and this it sucks because the album came out and we said we were going to talk about Ye another time, and we still can.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we can table this part of the conversation, but this idea that he makes it about himself, he makes things about himself. Like we were kind of talking about the in which episode? The episode with my brother, and we were
hoodification. No.
Truth and Hoodification, I think so. Yeah, and just like how
Let me just say I'm sorry, guys, that it took forever to get to my point, because as we're live on this podcast, things are happening in here.
y'all should know that by now. Y'all should know that. But yeah,
because if you take the beginning of my point sometime and you stop them like 2 minutes in, you're like, this nigga's wild. But like I eventually get
just give
to
me give me a chance.
Just give me some minutes.
No, but like he does make things about himself like a lot of the time. So when you bring in Jesus, like are you making it about Jesus or are you making it about yourself? Are you equating yourself to Jesus? I mean, he did say, I am a God.
Jesus,
he did say that. I am a God. So, like that, I'm thinking of that, and then I'm thinking of like all the times he makes references to, these these quote unquote like top tier like role models of his that he looks up to, and they just so happen to always be these white, rich, billionaire ass men. It's always
who probably didn't praise God to save their life. Like, it's me. I am like.
So all these sorts of things I'm thinking about, and I'm like, what's your intent? Like, what's your intent? What are you trying to do? Like, so, and that's a conversation that we'll continue to have with the separating art from the artist. Separating art for the artist.
And I just want to make another point. Yeah. If you look at the support for Donald Trump had a following almost Jesus-esque.
Yeah, that's another problematic thing.
He attached himself to something like that. So you almost think like he has to have a complex of like, hold on, I'm a genius, I'm a god. Mm-hmm. Who else but me? I am the second coming. Like, and that's scary because, like I said, you got people who don't know, or who their exposure to God and Jesus. Kanye's like ushering them in, and his version of it is like, I gotta have. He raps about big cars and being the man, and he still has this egocentric, like this egotistical rap style.
Rap shit, yeah, regular rap shit, yeah.
And it's like, yo, Jesus was all about humility. Kanye is the complete opposite.
Could not be more polar opposite.
So,
yeah.
And to not make this like
we're just like
to not like pull out Bible verses and things. I'm just like, people pay attention. Like that's it. Like I said, I can enjoy the album sonically, but if I'm looking for Jesus, Kanye is not the avenue that I'm like. That ain't it.
Yeah, that's fair. And just like really quickly, while you brought up Trump, like, that the association and just automatic sort of coupling of, conservative with religion, and it's just that's so problematic. That's always going to be problematic, and you should separate it. It doesn't, like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I just don't understand like why people have this issue where they can't just like see through it, that they're not meant to be this sort of coupled sort of situation. Like, a lot of the time, like, you see these people make reference to God, and they use it as an excuse for like their sort of like stupid ass ignorant behavior. Like God said, like calling wearing a mask demonic. Like, that's just like why? I just you just sound nuts, and I don't understand why people would co-sign that shit. But so all of these sorts of things come into play when you're dealing with Kanye, because Kanye is like this sort of jack of all trades, where he's powerful enough to like dip into all these different avenues.
And let me speak to it as well as a black man. I was super disappointed that a lot of black dudes voted for Trump, and I'm not surprised, because the thinking is like, a lot of black men, like older black men especially, have this conservative thinking of like, women should be in this role and I should be in this role, and like money is it. And I admire, and I want to be like a Trump, or I want to be like someone with a lot of money that I can. So, because that's the American dream that we're fed.
Yeah.
So if he's gonna get us to that, as he says, I'm rocking with him. I don't want no chick running the country.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I'm saying? So, and tying this into the Kanye thing and even the political versus religious thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I can speak to the black church because that's what I've experienced. There are pastors who don't want women in leadership roles because they don't feel like women should be in leadership roles. So I'm just like, there's this culture of male chauvinisticness and just oppression that it just continues and stuff like this.
And it controls all the shit that we're talking about right now.
All of it.
It like
All
all
of
of
it.
like it's all like that is the puppet master, is like freaking misogyny and like
And
supremacy of in that.
And I don't
regard.
put it past you and I get to have this conversation. And if it was a Filipino woman and a black woman talking like this, they would be hung at the stake. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
how dare them? Like,
Yeah.
we get to have this conversation and nobody's gonna check us. Like,
And maybe they won't, but in the
yeah, fuck it.
likelihood,
Yeah, try it. Right? Yeah,
likelihood is just for
likelihood
sure.
is not gonna happen.
Yeah,
And I think it's just important to count out that like the expectation is it's a nasty. What did the future say? It's a cruel world we living in. Like,
yeah,
like it's just
Right.
it's just
Right. Yeah. It is.
But-
It is. But yeah, I mean, and to be clear, you know, what this podcast always like hangs its hat on is that you respect people's perspectives, like, you know, political differences and whatnot. But you know, there are certain things where you kind of have to draw the line, you know, and like really read the writing on the wall. It's clear as day. So
listen. I'm gonna always draw the line of Jesus. Like, don't play. Like, and
yeah,
that's
no,
for
you
me
bringing
personally.
in Jesus, like
That's
and you know,
Jesus-
and it's named after his mom. You know, it's all these things like so you
All these
kind of
things
making
that
it
pull on the-
bulletproof. It's bulletproof, like so, you know, yeah. And who knows? We're not Kanye. We don't know Kanye and if what his intent is, but this is how it can be received.
Let me just put. I'll just point out one thing, and we'll get off Kanye. I promise. Like, this is. So
Yeah.
DJ Envy called him a clown on The Breakfast Club, and
Okay.
he got calls from Pusha T and his camp, and he's like, "Yo, why'd you call him a clown?" And he's like, "Yo, he does clown shit all the time. Like, what? And y'all don't say nothing, so y'all clowns too." And they were like, when you have someone who deals with bipolar and the mental disorders, you kind of just have to let them run its course. And it's like, but the damage he's doing to the masses, like, y'all don't see nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
And they're just like, yo, listen, we're doing the best we can. So I guess my question is like, and I would love to get like a real mental health expert on this, but like,
Yeah.
when do you step in? Like, how do you step in to prevent damage to an entire society of people? Because this guy, the power that he wields, it's like, it's some
a
shit
lot.
I haven't seen before. Because Kanye is such a polarizing figure, and I think I know what it is. Kanye, he's such a sympathetic figure in the fact that like he lost his mom. The narrative is always painted that he doesn't have anyone in his corner that cares about him. So a Kanye fan takes him on as like something they have to nurture and someone there. It's like a mother defending her child all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
you see that your son's a piece of shit, but that's my son.
Yeah.
We see Kanye, but he'll get it one day. Everybody's waiting on the one day. But meanwhile, this nigga's blowing up every bridge until one day gets here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll move on.
No.
We'll get-
It's a good point, and again, that like I think that also veers into the conversation, the follow up that we'll have about Kanye and like separating the art from the artist. Is that possible, and all that sort of stuff? Because you know, Kanye is someone that, especially like people our age, right? Like we saw Kanye from the jump, like from the start. You know, like college dropout and seeing
Yes.
like
yes.
really being attached to his
One of my
discography.
favorite outros is Last Call. Like, that is such an amazing outro.
We
And
grew up loving Kanye. Like Kanye was my favorite artist at one point. Like he
Yeah,
really
yeah,
was. And a lot of the things that he would represent and like these moments where he would say like, you know, seemingly standing up for equality and for black and brown communities, and like he would say these things, and like he was like a voice for the people, right? Or at least that's how it came across. And then like you veer into the Yeezus era, and it just like kind of starts to seem like, okay, wait, is it for your own, just for your own sort of benefit? Like, has it always been about just you getting the attention and not necessarily being about what it seemed like it was for us?
Right.
So
right.
Yeah.
Right. Has this always been? Has your innovation always been based in you getting the attention, as opposed to you trying to empower others?
Mm-hmm.
Because all that I have seen since we thought he was empowering us as a community and other people that listen to him is that his status has grown.
Yeah.
And he's literally left everyone behind in terms of like, nigga, what are you talking about all this rich shit? Like, I'm not a millionaire. I have no idea what you're talking about. You want to be like Walt Disney? Like what? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah,
but,
no.
Yeah.
See, Walt Disney, right? Another guy.
And his history, which is crazy because of his history of like oppression to black people. There's a whole thing we can get into Walt Disney. So, but like,
yeah, I'm saying, like, see, this is
admiring Walt Disney does not line up with George Bush don't care about black people. And I pray this doesn't come off insensitive, but if it does, then whatever. Kanye West lost his mother, yes.
Yeah, R.I.P.
That does not give him an excuse to like.
Of course not.
Bug the fuck out, like.
Yeah. No.
I know personally people who have lost parents, and it ain't easy. It's not. But like, at some point, accountability still catches up with you.
When shit goes down, right? And first of all, everybody on this earth has a story. Has a story arc, goes through ups and downs, shit that really facilitates your actions. So when people do bad shit, right? For all we know, there's like a really intense reason, and that may come across as like oh man, that really pulls at my heartstrings, and I really I feel you on that. Regardless, you still killed that man. You still shot that person. You still wronged that woman. It's having that sort of perspective. You still have to hold that person accountable.
And to bring it back to him being a believer in Christ, and him being like God being in charge of his life, allegedly. When his mother passed away, he may not have been in that space, but right now as a follower, his job is to rejoice his mother's death because there was purpose in it.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be like holding a shrine to her, and then you get what I'm, because God is jealous. Like he does not he don't play that when you like put other things above him. So in this case, Kanye's mom is there, and now Kanye is, and it doesn't seem like God is anywhere in the midst. So as a believer, I'm looking at this like that's why I'm looking at it shady. But again, if you don't know, you just don't know. So like that's why I encourage everybody, know God yourself.
Yeah.
Get into your word, like do your thing. I'ma still look at this like I'm good. But sonically it's good. And if I wanted to spend $200 on the little thing, I don't even know what it's called, I could turn his voice down and just listen to
That's true. I listened to it once. For people who care or don't care, whatever. I was not going to listen to it. I wasn't I wasn't.
Well, you said that, yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't driven to at all, honestly. But I just opted to, like, if we were going to dissect it a bit, and get into this conversation, I listened to it for the pod, honestly. Not even gonna lie.
It's not better than Nas's new album, by the way. I'm just gonna say that because Nas' new album is hard.
That album is excellent.
Nas' album is hard.
Yeah, no, I still listen to that. So it's a great album. Yeah, I mean, I didn't hear The Dream at all in the album.
Yeah. He traded The Dream in for The Weeknd.
All right, it's a deduction already for me. And I need The Dream in that, but no, I mean The Weeknd. I love The Weeknd. Honestly,
yeah,
The Weeknd's great.
I mean,
what song
I
is
do
that?
too, but I'm not really into the artist.
The artist?
Its voice is just not appealing to me. It's just he makes good music, but I wish somebody else was singing it.
Okay.
Like I'd much rather. Sounds crazy, but I'd much rather Drake vocals with Weeknd songs.
Well, remember, I was just thinking of that. I was like, did you love Grease, which is featuring Drake?
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, at first I was like, damn, is this like The Weeknd, or? And then it's not. It's Drake. So it was, but it has like that sort of Weeknd sort of feel to it. But yeah, I mean, I love the Weeknd trilogy. The trilogy is incredible.
Yeah, but I mean that's
That's
like me loving Bryson Tiller's first album. Like
Bryson, yeah.
The Trap Soul was great.
Trap Soul was
excellent. But what have you done for me lately, Janet Jackson voice? like you ain't did shit.
Yeah.
So,
but I enjoyed the album. Of course, Kanye's gonna like produce incredible sounds.
And he had 50 million people in Wisconsin or wherever the hell he recorded it. You get Ariana Grande, 504, and you get all the hottest rappers on. You get the locks on a like.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man. You got Jay back on the verse. Like you're cheating.
He's cheating, but in the first song, well, the second song, like really.
And then you put the baby on the remix to that song.
Mm-hmm.
With like the things he's been going through,
separating the art from the artist. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
also.
We'll get there because we gotta touch on Chris Brown because I had a conversation with people about Chris Brown this past weekend, and I'm not.
Okay, that's a good
Chris Breezy, my nigga.
That's a wait. Spoiler, spoiler alert. That's how I feel, guys. No, but what song was that? The one with Travis. That's gonna be like.
Oh yes.
I mean,
yes.
I heard it. I was like, damn, this is good. Shit.
But it's Travis though. Like that's the thing.
It's Travis, yo. Travis could have put 21
Savage.
Travis's
and been out of here.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Plus, Styles P wrote some of his raps.
Who?
Kanye's.
Oh, really?
He's a writer on the album. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I never thought of Kanye as like the most lyrical person.
No. I mean, Sahai writes most of his rhymes.
No, not currently. Not most. Most.
Yeah, him and what's the early dude he had on? It was Sahai and another guy that used to rap like all his early shit. Hold on, let me Google it.
But yeah, I mean, that's why Kanye's an artist. But what's up next? By the time this is out, Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah.
Available.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I'm looking forward to that.
So yeah, we won't be talking about Ye in a week.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for CLB. CLB. Sounds like a
creepy little bastard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Rhyme Fest.
Rhyme Fest. Yes, Rhyme Fest. Yes. That's right. Rhyme Fest. Anyway, anything else? Shang-Chi now in theaters. Show up, show love, Asian representation, and it's part of the Marvel, universe like storyline. So you have to enjoy it. You have to watch it. So
you have to.
And it looks really good, honestly. It really does. So I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, shout out to Marvel for not like dropping the ball on anything.
No, yeah, they didn't. So I saw Candyman.
Yeah, I heard. How was
Are you gonna watch it or no?
No, probably not.
Okay.
I've seen the original, so yeah.
So I didn't know the story, and I think they fleshed it out a bit more, I guess, in this. Jordan Peele had his hand in it. I don't think he wasn't the main. Yeah, so Nia DaCosta is the first black woman director with a #1 box office debut. Pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Like the casting is great. The one of the main characters is actually the woman from WandaVision, like the super fine one. Did you watch WandaVision?
Yeah, I know who you talking about. You talking about what's her name? Ayanna Paris.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll just
Yeah.
trust. I trust you. But yeah, no, it was a great movie.
You're muted.
Huh?
I don't know what happened.
Hello?
I think you said Candyman too many times.
Seriously. All right. That is a wrap. Breaking the Barrier podcast. It's over. You wrapping it up.
Next pod, y'all.
All right. One.